Samantha, I feel like we're getting in on the ground floor, a Cleveland first, a world first, all thanks to the Cleveland Water Alliance. Samantha, what is it and how did you do it?
Yeah, so we are standing on the largest digitally connected freshwater body in the world.
That sounds pretty exciting, pretty how you say, technical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how does it work?
Yeah, so we have built out a telecommunications network over the lake that covers 7,700 square miles, and it's outfitted with hundreds of IoT smart sensors.
So this sounds sort of like an outer space kind of thing, but it's inner space and it's part of our environment.
Exactly. There's sensors on buoys, on bridges, even on the Mothership right here.
What do they learn?
They learn about water conditions, so things like wave height, temperature, things that recreational users would want to know, but also water quality, our connectivity, our dissolved oxygen, are things that tell us about the health of the lake so that our water managers can best treat it.
Okay, so we're talking about the Cleveland Water Alliance, and you talked for a moment about adventurers or boaters and those people. So this is not just a project for the scientists, this is something we, the public, can connect to?
Yeah, exactly. You can go on our website right now, clevelandwateralliance.org.
That's pretty wild, isn't it?
Check out a map of the lake, check out a sensor nearby, and see what the wave height is. See if it's safe for you to get out there on a kayak.
So how is it that we, with the smallest lake, the shallowest lake, one of the more interesting lakes, as you point out, ended up with this happening here rather than like Lake Superior or some Lake Michigan?
Yeah, so Lake Erie only has about 2% of the water of the Great Lakes, but it's got over 50% of the fish. It is the shallowest, but it's the most biodiverse. Wow. Yeah, we've got great fishing here on Lake Erie. People come from all over the world to fish here.
You know, the fishing is one thing, but how about the safety? Is there a safety thing involved here?
Yeah, so unfortunately Lake Erie, because it's so shallow, it's prime conditions for things like harmful algal blooms, which often start in the western base of Lake Erie and move further east, and that causes closings like at Edgewater Beach or Menor Headlands Beach. And our sensors can be an early warning system for our water managers and for folks at the metro parks to let people know when it's safe to get into the lakes.
So you talk about early warning and safety, and that's sort of immediate in a way. What kind of things can it predict maybe a year or 2 years, 3 years down the road, do you think?
One really cool thing about this Smart Lake Erie watershed, it's kind of like a living laboratory. So we test and trial cutting edge technology from all over the world. So new in 2025, we're trialing a technology that's real-time E. coli detection. So it'll tell us about the health and safety of the lake in real time. Normally people have to go and grab a sample, take it back to the lab, analyze it. Hours have gone by at that point. People might be in the lake at that point before they can determine whether or not it's safe, but it tells us in real time.
So this sounds like a big web of really cool, sophisticated machinery. But if I were to look around here, could I pick out a piece of the machinery that's doing this for us, and how big is it and what does it do exactly?
Yeah, so there's all kinds of sensors. Some sensors are on top of boats. Some sensors are on bridges, and those can tell us things like the wave height, the precipitation. We even have sensors over by the grass here that tell us about soil quality. But most people know us for our buoys, and those buoys are further out on the lake, closer to the Cleveland Water Intake crib, and are located throughout the lake near water intakes to feed data to utilities.
So who's responsible, who finances all this, and who makes it work? I know you're making it work, but it must be a big web of people also.
Yeah, thanks to funding from the state of Ohio, we are able to provide over 1 million data points annually about our lake and about the water quality. So we are really plugged in here about what's going on.
Yeah, so it's really sort of the beginning. Even though you got so much done in place, it's the beginning.
Yeah, this has really only existed for about 5 years, and it started out a lot smaller. It started out just with Cleveland Water saying, hey, can you tell us more information about our water so we can treat it in real time, and so it can save taxpayers money, ratepayers money, and people time and labor and chemical costs to treat that water. And we used to need a cell phone service line for each buoy to relay data, and we said, what if we built a whole network? People come from all over the world to test and trial their technologies here. We're really working to make Cleveland a destination for solving global freshwater issues right here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.